100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
I am rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1739, March 18th, 2026. 79 degrees on that glorious spring of 2012, and 8 below on this day in 1923. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
I want to get this on the table right away because it speaks, and let's not foghorn it on this occasion, although we should, I suppose. It speaks to the great community of Garage Logic. Are you going to foghorn it?
It's got him.
I guess we have rules, don't we? The other day, we had that note from Steve Wilson, who ran into a gal down in Florida with the Anguilla T-shirt.
Right.
And he began to grill her about GL. Her name was Ann Nentel.
He was an optimist at this point.
Yeah. And he wanted to know if she was aware that our show existed, number one, and number two, that we were number one in Anguilla. And she had no idea and had never heard of us. So, and he included a picture of her, smiling gal, very tan, apparently well known in the Aiken area.
Okay.
And that's Steve Wilson's in it from Aiken, right?
Yes.
And so is our friend Bill Stein.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to you, I got a note from Bill Stein regarding this matter. It reads as follows. You read a piece from Stevie Wilson. Stevie, he must know Steve pretty well.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
You read a piece from Stevie Wilson about meeting Ann Nentel, the former Aikenite who frequents Anguilla. Now I want to. This is going to check your memory, Rook.
Okay.
Several years ago, at my behest, you and Patrick honored Ann's big brother, Kevin Pork Nentel, as your sports person of the week.
Oh.
Pork was a great all-around athlete for both Aiken and on the Bemidji State Beavers football team. Pork was built like a refrigerator, 300 pounds of solid muscle, who ran his company, KG Nentel Sanitation. Yes, he was Aiken's garbage man. I still proudly have my KG Nentel Sanitation softball jersey with its Porky the Pig logo. We were champs one year. Pork wore shorts year-round. He had a red beard and a gold front tooth. He began the tradition of the 4th of July run to the dump, the runners following Pork in his garbage truck from downtown to the local landfill. The race still takes place even though Pork and the dump are both long gone. Pork was sadly found dead, or unalived, behind the wheel of his garbage truck on New Year's Eve,
What a
2000.
way to go.
Sorry, Pork. His funeral mass filled the old St. James Church top and bottom floors in the gymnasium of the high school across the street. We shall not see his like again. Rest in peace, Pork.
I know St. James Church well. For
me?
real. Yes.
Well, but the point is, what a small world that Stevie Wilson runs into a woman in Florida, doesn't know a thing about us.
Anything.
But she's from Aiken, and her name's Ann Nentel, and turns out her brother was once sports person of the week. Pork Nentel.
Who was also, he wasn't a garbage man. He was the energy resource.
Recycling agent, field representative.
Thank you.
That's what my man Frank Domaris was. Energy resource recycling agent, field representative.
I also believe Aiken only has one stoplight, or they did in the mid-'80s.
It's not
It's
a
on
big
the corner of 169 and 210.
It's not a big place.
When we went to go to the man's cabin, that's where we went to church on Sunday.
Got a couple tractor dealers there. The discount tool place. A McDonald's.
They got a couple of bars, too.
At Billy Stein's suggestion, that's where I got my truck fixed after I hit a deer on the way up there. Oh,
In Aiken.
and the
You
guy's
say.
the guy's name in the dealership there was Minnow.
Of course it is.
Because
it wasn't like John or Frederick.
No.
It had a pork or minnow or.
But I learned
hook.
something.
What?
If you hit a deer or a bear or a wolf, you need this is no slight against
Come on.
Mike Schoonover.
You're sliding.
But you want a rural body guy because if they have fixed one, they have fixed 15 vehicles that have hit a deer.
That's the most ridiculous thing you have ever said in your life.
I knew it was going to be met with resistance.
How did you think you were going to get away with saying that in front of me?
Right. I could tell right away.
Jesus.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, if I hit
I will put Mike Schoonover and his team up against any team
May I
in
finish?
the United. No, you cannot finish in the United States of America.
It's just like you hit an audio deer right there.
Don't
You know?
You're going to trigger me like that and then not let me berate you?
Kenny needs a safe space.
If I hit a deer in the metro,
I'm driving. If I
I'm
hit
going
one
straight
in
to
my
Schoonover.
driveway, listen. If I hit a deer in my driveway, I'm driving my truck to Schoonover.
Right. Or he's going to put it on a flatbed and get it over to Schoonover.
I've got a flatbed.
May I ask you a question?
Two.
Because I kind of want to be in
got two
support of
wide.
you. What if you're not? But Kenny, what if you're not able to continue to
No, you just-
drive the
you get
vehicle?
You get it there. You drag it.
Toe strap that thing.
Yep. All the way down.
Can I ask another question? Another
Nope.
follow-up question.
What's a toe strap?
Much in the same vein of
Joe, I'm sorry, Joe.
the milk truck conversation we had years ago.
I don't recall that one. Where he was the chocolate milk?
When Rookie thought
The milk that spilled out could have been
what
chocolate.
kind of milk was it that fell out of the milk
Thinner.
truck?
Skin is thinner.
If you collide with a bear, is there a bear collision department?
Yeah, what do you
Is
got?
there a-
Guys, let's give the control back to the mayor. Joe,
And
I apologize
Back to you,
for
Joe.
if you're offended.
going off on a tangent.
I got a note from Downing, who writes, Paul Ehrlich on The Tonight Show was like Will Steger appearing on Garage Logic. I wasn't hard enough on Paul Ehrlich yesterday. He basically didn't like people, is what it amounted to.
Why did he have such followers?
He wanted half the population to disappear. So he must have been an original Mysterian, because they don't like people.
Right.
He
I
didn't
know
think we should have fed third world countries. And then Downing also notes, regarding the new divisive state flag, recently I watched our local PBS station during pledge time. When is it not pledge time? That's what I'd like to
That's
know.
again when I was watching that Beatles show. It was a pledge drive.
They were lamenting that they had lost their federal funding. Well,
No, they have. They've lost some.
that's too bad. The reason they lost their federal funding, as we know, is that despite years of being told they should serve all of America, not just Democrats, they refuse to do so. Well, either they just don't get it or they simply don't want to serve anyone other than left-wingers, because prominently displayed in the background during their lengthy pledge breaks was the new state flag. But his point is, I'm sure they never had the old state flag displayed in the past. Clearly a statement of division, not unity by TPT. Twin Cities People's Television for the People's Republic of Mogadishu. Viva la Revolution!
Viva la Revolution!
So Downing was a little fired up there. But I think he's right. I never, I can honestly tell you, when they have a pledge commercial, if I happen to be watching what they're featuring, I don't stay for that. I click out of it.
Right.
So I don't know, because I already pay taxes. They get some of that. I'm not, why should I pay more?
It's the only place you can see Dick Prenicky, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I've said, if you owned, Bill's Tire Shop on University Avenue, and 3 blocks away was the Minnesota State Tire Shop getting taxpayer funding, why in the hell, how can you compete if you're Mike's Tire Shop?
Do
I
what
thought
now?
it was Bills.
Did I say Bill?
Bills, yeah.
Mike's
a competitor.
fine.
Mike is
Mike's
Mike
down
is
the
the
road.
body shop guy.
That's Mike Schoonover.
Just don't take your vehicle there if you hit a bear.
Chris. Don't.
I,
Don't start.
Don't reopen the sores.
we learned, and John Heidt will begin to read to us some corroborating information in a moment. I got an email from Dale who said, Jason Chavez, the Marxist Minneapolis City Councilman, is speaking at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. And I spent more time than I should trying to verify that, and I could not, and I was going to let it go. And we were chatting before the show, and it turns out that's true. And John Heidt has some information on that.
On his Instagram account, he put, "I'm excited to speak at the South by Southwest conference tomorrow," meaning today. In Austin, Texas. The session will be called "Defending Democracy, How Cities Rise Up When Feds Push Down." And then it shows there are 4 people involved in this conversation, he being one of them.
I'll be damned.
10 this morning Central Time. So well, he's
already done, probably.
He's done, yeah. He's done.
I hope if there's a God in heaven, we didn't pay for his plane ticket. You would think South by Southwest would have had to foot the bill for that, wouldn't you? The organizing of people.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to see
so.
the demo of who's going to South by Southwest these days.
Well, apparently, and I'm having my eyes opened, it's become much more than a music festival.
Yeah. It's
TED Talks
multimedia.
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and,
it's multimedia.
What, now
and
it's political?
I guess now it's politics, too.
So he was there to teach them how to bankrupt a city.
Yeah, what were his
He's
talking
pretty good at
points?
that.
No, I'm sure he was there to talk about the ICE incursion.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
If it's to bankrupt a city, he spoke with authority.
He did. Yeah. He's an expert at that.
Yes.
When you watch, if you watch the nightly news, I know it's a dying habit among Americans, but I still cling to it as a habit. 5 will get you 10 that tonight at the very top, it's either there's a thunderstorm somewhere or they'll be highly touting the high temperatures that are now being enjoyed on the West Coast. Very warm for
Some
this
type
time
of
of year.
threat from nature in some shape or
And
form.
that'll be portrayed to you as hysteria and obviously climate change. Well, who's your guy?
Suchi boy.
Me.
I mean, you're
I
going to
did the sense.
decipher it all.
I did the sense wins. Well, so here's the highest. I got the highest temperatures in Los Angeles history. You know, I figured somebody has to do it.
LA's probably had some heated days, I would imagine, huh? Some warm ones.
The hottest it's ever been in L.A., and of course that's meaningless too because the temperatures, the records only go back to about, 1870 or whatever.
Right, cowboy days.
The highest temperature ever in L.A. was 110 degrees. That was on September 26, 1963. They had 108 in 1955. They had 108 in 1913, 107 in 1939, and it goes all the way down to, they even included the 100s.
That's cooler than I thought.
The 100s that L.A. enjoyed. The hundreds began in, they had 103 in 1943, 103 in 1939, 103 in 1939, 103 in 1909, and 103 in 1907 on July 4th. Now, many of these admittedly are in September, so the hysteria on this occasion will be, boy, this is early for us to set these records. But I have more that belie that. My point is, if you do your homework and you look at these temperatures and put them into context, there is nothing new about what's happening.
Got it.
And so, but I'm just warning you. Maybe you could write some of these temperatures down, and then when you go to the next neighborhood gathering and the euphorians are ganging up on you and telling you that climate change is real. Look what's happening in Los Angeles. You could pull your little cheat sheet out and said,
Joe, don't let the truth get in the way of a good narrative.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, the truth
saying-
doesn't matter in this case.
Pull that out of your back pocket and in your face.
I mean, I got
That's what I'm
Long Beach if you want. I got Palmdale, Pasadena.
Nobody wants facts and stats. We want fear and loathing.
Statistics and damn. What's that saying? Whatever.
Yeah, that one.
Well, I got them all here for you. They're from the Almanac in Los Angeles and from the, what is this one? Los Angeles County weather. So You'll be hearing tonight and all through the weekend, oh, this is terrible. Well, if they'll have to get to 110 before they set a record. And that was 1963, which is 63 years ago.
63.
Is that right?
Yeah.
60.
Close enough.
63?
Yeah.
Are we still doing the show?
It's in that it's in that range. It's in that Price is Right blue window range.
The Wild won in Chicago last night in overtime, and I only bring that up because I was told with a graphic on my television screen that due to contractual obligations, I was not allowed to watch the game.
Really?
I wonder if it was just me.
No, I was a little furious
Well,
because
what's
it was
the- what-
on TNT.
Why
and I
could-
get
I
we
get TNT.
185 channels on Comcast, and I couldn't get TNT.
The
Neither could
I
I.
announcers.
understand ESPN Plus. Go ahead.
I'm sorry you didn't, because the announcers, the first 2.5 minutes of the second period, the announcers did not acknowledge what was happening on the ice once.
What were they talking about?
They're just telling stories about the good old days and this, and then I told that
spitting
coach he
chiclets.
can go, that kind of nonsense. Meanwhile, the puck's going back and forth. We're fighting for our lives.
Can you do me a favor? Look up the last time, not the last time, they won a cup in what? They won 2 cups recently. What was the cup the Blackhawks won in the 60s? What year? I will tell you a little story.
That was 1968.
No, they did not win a cup in 68.
Well, then why did you ask?
Well, it was because I know it was either 62 or 63, something like that. Help me quick. Cups.
I'm going to go with
61.
61?
6 times 34,
It was-
38,
yeah.
61,
It was 61.
10, 13, and 15.
All right. In 61, Bill Wirtz was so cheap,
How cheap
cheap
was
was
he?
he?
you couldn't get that game on your home television set
No way.
in
He
1961.
did a local blackout?
Yeah, you had to go to a movie theater and like a
Closed
closed
circuit?
circuit fight.
Paid
yeah.
$10
You
or
had to
whatever
pay
it was.
to go to a movie theater and watch the
Wow.
home games.
That's
Isn't that
really-
something?
That's really bad.
Sounds like Norm Green.
Yeah, and then obviously they've entered the modern era because they've won cups recently and joined the modern era. But in 1961, you had to go to a hotel. What do you call it? A theater.
Movie theater.
You might have gone to a hotel. Who knows?
Depends on what kind of day it was. So you didn't get the game. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I did not. Say if you're ever in an action.
John and I were watching baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I watched that too.
Oh.
Well, in fact, I couldn't watch the hockey, so I watched.
So you watched the baseball game.
I have a technical question, and I shouldn't ask you this, putting a stick in your spokes. How do you watch a TV show in a movie theater in 1963?
Well, instead of being broadcast to your home, I guess it was broadcast to the theater.
And how did they play it?
What do you mean?
Satellite?
How do you, if you go and watch a heavyweight fight in a movie theater, how do you think you're getting it?
Well, it's different now in 2026 than it was in 63.
I'm just telling you what they did. I don't know how they did it.
Marionettes, Ken. They reenacted the scene.
Somebody must understand what I'm saying, though, right?
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
even
talking
think-
about the projection of a live event.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that go down?
I don't know. But
Well,
when you go
somebody-
watch a fight, it's a live event.
Well, do me a favor and look it up. We're not going any further until you look it up.
I bet that's what John's doing right now.
In 1963, live hockey games were watched in theaters primarily through closed-circuit television broadcasts.
it was 1961.
It's like
by
a
the way.
boxing match.
Well, 63, close enough.
So you're watching a TV that's sitting up on stage?
It's a video. No, it's on the big screen.
Jeez, I'm
You watch it
surprised.
on the
You know,
big
you're
screen.
not that. Well, you are that stupid, apparently.
Video.
I just don't understand why you don't understand this.
How did you not know I was this stupid?
I didn't know.
You've known me
did you
for
not
years.
know?
This is amazing to discover this now.
This is a whole new,
dumb I used to be.
level of stupid.
Jeez.
I bring it, Joe. I bring it.
They just shot her right to the theater, right?
All right.
Standard
It was
television,
magic.
television broadcast, the video signal sent via private lines directly to specific theater locations.
There you are. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that
talking about.
Doesn't answer my question, but I'll shut up now.
I thought you were a little more worldly than that.
Well, we were talking about body repair. The driving is still very interesting. Some streets are just going to have to melt. because they're not seeing any plows. If you get into a fender bender, God forbid you're injured, but if you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Attorneys. Insurance companies and adjusters can be difficult to deal with, so having someone on your side is important. Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant and his team are there to explain your rights, represent you, and help you through a tough time. Mike is one of the finest personal injury lawyers in Minnesota, voted so by Minnesota law and politics. They hope you're never in an accident, but if you are, call them. Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to minnesotapersonalinjury.com for a free case evaluation. And please don't be part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted, especially on these streets. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant. Who's doing something?
Me.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
North American Banking Company, the official bank here in Garage Logic. And you know what? They have been investing into your success since 1998. And back then, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for you, for your family, and also, all you business owners, listen up, for your business. That's right. It's personalized service with 6 wonderful, convenient Twin Cities locations to serve you. 50th in France and Roseville. That's the home of yours truly, which got to make a stop later today, by the way. The payment is due.
Seems like you always have to make a stop.
Yeah,
well, once a month. I got to go in there and make my payment. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Joe?
Try to get it on time next month for March or April. Okay.
Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, and Maple Grove. And you know what? You might think that a community bank would have outdated online and mobile banking tools. That is not the case with North American Banking Company. The same tools as all of those other big national banks. And the key difference is you're going to get the unparalleled service of a community bank. But see it for yourself. Check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender.
I continue to be amazed by the Department of Human Services not understanding the nature of kickbacks. The Department of Human Services is investigating alleged kickbacks in the Early Intensive Developmental and Behavioral Intervention Program. That's autism, the Autism Medicaid program, where the state pays unlicensed providers. Let me stop right there. This is a little short.
What did you find there?
Bill Glahn piece in today's American Experiment. Wait a minute. Wouldn't you solve the whole thing by just demanding that if you're to receive taxpayer money, you should be a licensed provider of autism care?
The provider should be licensed.
So this gets worse. We pay unlicensed providers. Some defendants accused of defrauding the program are also accused of paying kickbacks to parents of patients involved in the scheme. Hey, let me enroll your kid.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll
here.
slip
Yeah,
you
I'll
a
cover
20.
you.
Bill writes, I'll allow local media to characterize the Office of Legislative Auditor report findings. Fox 9. Minnesota DHS failed to investigate kickback complaints in autism program. KSTP. Audit reveals flaw in how Minnesota DHS handled some autism fraud kickback claims. Really? And then this is a very short, that's as short as that's it. That's all they had for the update today. And then you go to both five Eyewitness News and Carol 11 had pieces today on it. The Department of Human Services closed cases without investigation upon receiving allegations of Medicaid service providers paying kickbacks to recruit clients. And Abdinajib Yusuf and Asha Hassan started building up their fraudulent autism centers. They admitted to recruiting and paying kickbacks to families willing to enroll their kids to increase the amount of taxpayer money they could steal.
Wow.
Kickbacks had been proven to play a key role in defrauding welfare systems when criminal providers need real clients or patients. Kickbacks are illegal, really, said Deputy Legislative Auditor Catherine Thiessen, which is what makes the latest revelation by the Office of the Legislative Auditor such a head-scratcher. In the 3 cases that we identified in this review, they did not refer to any of the cases to law enforcement or any other investigation agency, Thiessen said, adding that DHS didn't even flag those cases for further review. In other words, the legislative auditor went to DHS and said, here's 3 cases where you're getting defrauded. DHS did nothing with it. The audit found that one of the providers continues receiving taxpayer money to this day.
Nice.
Thiessen said DHS told her team they didn't believe until last year that they had the authority to investigate kickbacks, allegations of kickbacks.
No, we don't have the authority. We can't check that. You know who they need?
I need
Shibes. They need Shibes. You couldn't squeeze a nickel through a knot hole without Shibes not knowing.
Do you
that.
believe this, Joe?
Yeah.
This sounds like BS to me. It
sound
sounds like
BS
they're
to
using they're creating an excuse.
Oh, that part. Of course I don't
sure.
believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And it's not just within the autism services program. The legislative auditor report shows that DHS would not have investigated kickbacks across any of its programs. That's correct. The laws we are referring to, they apply to all Medicaid providers that are authorized by DHS, Thiessen said. It's actually a very narrow situation where there is only a kickback and no other evidence of fraud. Well, listen to this quote. This is this Shireen Gandhi, who I don't trust as far as I can throw her.
No, we learned that last week on Krabby.
It's actually a very narrow situation where there is only a kickback and no other evidence of fraud. DHS Commissioner Shireen Gandhi said, wait a minute, Shireen.
Break it down.
Kickback is evidence of fraud. But she says, well, if kickback is the only evidence of fraud, apparently she's going to try to sell you on the idea that we have no purview to examine that. This lady hasn't been helpful.
No.
So imagine how bad the one who got let go was. What was her name? Look it up.
Janice.
Jody Harpstead.
Jody Harpstead.
That's right.
If Jody Harpstead, conveniently enough, was allowed to leave, how I wonder, I'm musing here. I'm just musing. I wonder how deeply tied she would have been to the fraud. If Shireen Gandhi is this dumb, or playing this dumb, how dumb was playing dumb? How
Harpstead was onto it and said, "See you."
I think I should retire.
Yeah, I think
Before
it's
I'm
time
in
for
Sing Sing. It's actually a very narrow situation where there is only a kickback and no other evidence of fraud, Shireen Gandhi said, referring to DHS's past interpretation of what type of allegation they can't investigate. So must be a big, I'm seeing a 3-ring binder in giant clown letters that say, you may not investigate allegations of kickbacks. Because we like those.
These are the rules.
I'm trying so hard to be calm. Gandhi admits disagreeing with the legislative auditor's legal analysis. Well, Gandhi, the legislative auditor has provided a legal analysis. What do you have to offer? But she did say they are on the same page now and proposed some word changes to the law.
What does that
so
mean?
Now they get the 3-ring binder out, and those giant clown letters will now have to say, you can investigate allegations of kickbacks.
Kickbacks
Oh,
now bad.
Now we can do it.
Kickbacks now bad.
But now we can do it. Before we couldn't. We didn't think we could do it. It's wrong to provide kickbacks. We put it in our legislative package, so we are acting on it right away, Gandhi said. What's this one report say? This is from Hauser.
What next?
This is... Here it is. I got it.
This day in history? No?
You know, GLers, somebody's got to do it.
Before you move on, I'm looking up Harpstead information, and it was less than a year ago that she stepped down. The beginning of February.
And then Gandhi was interim, and now she's no longer interim. She's the chief.
And Gandhi was working within the halls of the department and then became interim, right, and now is chief. But Harpstead stepped down amid all these allegations, right? She stepped down in shame. The governor, his statement about this, I don't think I had ever read this. It's despicable. I just want to read you some of this. I want to extend. Go ahead.
No, I remember the statement. He was flowery and he loved her. And go ahead, read it.
I want to extend my deepest thanks to Commissioner Harpstead for answering the call of public service 5.5 years ago. I'm proud of her work running the most complex and wide-ranging agency in state government. I am especially proud of how Commissioner Harpstead supported the enterprise-wide work to separate DHS into 3 separate agencies, which will make the 3 of them more effective, more accountable, and easier to manage.
Oh, it's getting too hard to keep track of the fraud as one agency.
Split her up.
If you divide it into 3, you can minimize the fraud complications and keep track of it better.
Doesn't it show you how disingenuous government is?
Yes.
You know that she stepped down from pressure from him.
Just like Heather Mueller stepped down from the Department of Education when the food fraud scandal hit the fan.
But then when Jody backs down and steps down, he gives her nothing but praise when that's the last thing she deserves.
But why do they think we're so stupid?
Well,
Exactly,
let's say this about Jody Harpstead, who I do not know. It's unlikely she was feathering her own nest.
No,
but she was so dramatically incompetent that this just all took place. That's where you have to place
If
her.
she saw fraud, why couldn't she just leave and say, hey, we got a lot of crap going
listen,
on here."
guys. Harpstead knew about the fraud. They all knew about the fraud.
Then why not report it
We
on your
had
way
the
out?
no. We had the whistleblower on last week on Krabby. They all knew about it. They all chose to ignore it, and then they disciplined the whistleblower. Yeah. No, Harpstead
this is
knew.
messed up.
Shireen knew. They all knew.
It's because they're all on the take.
One of the problems.
I didn't say that, Chris, but
I
there's
did.
something going on there.
One of the problems is, remember when I did I hit the drop-down button on the Department of Human Services website just to look at various housing programs?
Yeah,
and
the
there were
21.
or
Yes, 20.
Well, you do the same thing for Medicaid. I don't have it in front of me, but you could do the same thing, and there's probably another 20 programs. The problem is the government has gotten away with this, with no one issuing any common sense. Both sides of the aisle could have put a stop to this a long time ago if they saw it coming. The government's too big. The Department of Human Services is too big. It shouldn't be so complex that you can't manage it. And that's the excuse they're giving you. Well, this is a complex organization, and my hat's off to Shireen Gandhi for ironing these things out. B as in B, S as in S. You have provided too many situations and programs where fraud can be done easily. It's just too big.
And they haven't brought anything to the table by saying, here's where the fraud is. This is who took the money. This is who got paid.
If you were of a mind to do it, and apparently some,
I'm not already.
and
Yes,
some people are. You could move to Minnesota and never work a day in your life. You could come up with a variety of sources of income from the taxpayers that would perfectly cover your existence. It would
Many have for years.
It would cover your food, your housing, your medical. It would cover everything. And that's if you could navigate the complexity of the programs.
Not just from Somalia either. I mean, from around the country.
You could move here anywhere and do this.
They're coming from Chicago,
have any
New York,
skin color you want.
Texas. They're all coming to Minnesota.
This is a destroyed state financially. Yeah. It's a very destroyed state.
What do you mean? Walz just announced his new budget.
Yeah.
He's going to take care of that fraud.
Well, he's got new IT update software systems.
We're going to get him now. We're going to get him in the future.
Now we mean business.
And then they cleverly tell you that, well, our technology has not been able to keep pace with the complexity of the problems. Well, your problem is that you didn't need to make the problem so complex. You have allowed the government to become too large and too all-encompassing for everyone's needs. No one has to work if they don't want to, until you're going to run out of the taxpayers' money. And then I don't know what you're going to do. But this Shireen Gandhi, I'm not sure she's uttered an honest word in her life in her role as the head of the Department of Human Services. We didn't know we couldn't look at kickbacks. Well, doesn't it strike you, Shireen, that kickbacks are wrong?
Define wrong.
Maybe they're just inappropriate.
Oh, see, now you're really talking my language.
Maybe they're just inappropriate. I don't know where to take you people. The only solution is voting in a group of people who would not tolerate this and streamline everything. And if you didn't like it, load up your minivan and go find some other state to live off of. Once we get done streamlining this state, I don't hold out great hope for that.
No, we're number one here.
I just don't sense that the electorate going about their daily business is paying any attention to what a phony Shireen Gandhi is. Mm-hmm. They don't even know who Shireen Gandhi is. And Shireen, if you think I'm being too harsh, then come on the show. Because you sound absurdly ridiculous.
Yo, Shireen?
Make you one.
Yes.
I like how you antagonize potential guests. Come on.
She's not a potential guest.
Listen, you idiot. If you want to defend yourself.
Yep. Come on down.
Yeah, that's how you'd get one of us to come on.
What did Mad Max fight in? Come on into the Thunderdome.
Well, for goodness sake. This is just... I don't know what it will take for people to realize that we are being fleeced on a daily basis.
Full disclosure.
And again, you do your Linda Keller ads, and I'm smiling to myself. What saps we are. Let's make sure we follow the rules. Let's make sure we get that stuff in on time. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
She did get back to me this morning. I heard Joe say, shut up and pay your taxes. And I felt it in my soul. Because isn't that the fine point on everything that we hear from both sides? Until we figure out it's less we the people and more we the payment method.
The bigger the government, the smaller the citizen. And right now, we are tiny. We are just tiny little useful people to ship them money. That's all we are. We've really let this get out of hand. And I don't know that Minnesota can ever solve its dilemma.
What's our budget going to be like when we do solve the dilemma and there is no more fraud?
John, are you bringing up the governor's new budget in your news?
I do have a story about it, Chris.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll save what I was going to say.
How's that last blast of winter treating your garage door? The people at Precision Garage Door, they'll come out and work in this weather. They don't mind. If you need a new door, get a hold of Precision Garage Door. They have models for every budget. The designer comes out, you hash it out, bing, bang, boom, and GLers, you're getting a $400 trade-in credit on your old garage door. If you like your current door, but you just had your doubts all winter long, get that sucker checked out with a $79 safe and sound package. They'll throw the diagnostics at it. Tensile strength of cable, stuff like that. The diagnostic stuff. Mm-hmm. Plus, they got cans of, deep creep and stuff like that to spray on there and keep her quiet. You got to take care of this garage door. You don't want to get caught with that baby not opening. Book online at Precision Door MN, one word, precisiondoormn.com, or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book a safe and sound package with Precision Door.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
You want me to ease your mind, Mayor?
Boy, I wish somebody could.
How about Quick Links Golf?
That would help.
Are you ready for the golfing season?
I have room for this. I have to explore this. I have a room big enough to accommodate this.
Talk to Fratelloni.
Not with your slice.
He's getting one as well.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Go to quicklinksgolf.com. By the way, it's a local showroom based out of Chaska, Minnesota. They do all different types of designs. And you know what? It doesn't matter what kind of space you're dealing with, whether it's at your home, at your office, by the way, you want to treat your employees. They got you taken care of. And on their website, you can book your free consultation, but you can also see all sorts of their previous projects that they've been working on. We're seeing a lot of them right now on the YouTube channel. It's really cool. I'm not the world's biggest golf fan. I might even do this. It's very, very cool. But anyway, go to quicklinksgolf.com. Again, QuickLinksGolf.com and book that free consultation. They work with all different types of price points. QuickLinksGolf.com. Book that appointment and let them know you heard about them here on the Garage Logic Podcast.
Here's John Heidt in his newsroom.
Thank you, Joe. This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Before I get to the news, Joe, I wanted to mention this because I hope this doesn't depress you more, although I think it might.
Oh, boy.
When you did the story about the weather, I, of course, immediately went to mynewspapers.com.
Yeah.
September 27th, 1963. Mm-hmm. I pulled up the LA Times. Mm-hmm. That was a Friday morning. Mm-hmm. 95 pages on the Friday morning LA Times.
Right.
18 pages full classified ads.
Wow.
35 pages full page ads by various stores, car companies, etc.
Wow.
Yeah. That boy, newspapers were making some money then, weren't
they? They were, and they just didn't see the future.
Yeah.
Although who did in 1963?
The other weird thing I noticed, Peanuts, which was already very popular in 1963, it was all alone on page 4.
Had its own page?
Own special slot. I mean, there was news around it,
but
it had its own special slot.
My.
Just in there.
You know, the nice thing, though, is, Joe, for you and for Patrick, with a decent snowfall, nobody can even compare what the modern-day Star Tribune's going to be because it isn't getting to your front door anyway.
You don't really know.
In news,
it's printed in a different bleeping state.
Yeah. In news, day of school threats again. The day after those threats closed schools in the 4th largest school district in Minnesota, another incident led to South St. Paul Public Schools' shift to remote learning for today.
Ooh.
The school district announced all of its schools closed and classes transitioning to e-learning early this morning, citing what they called a safety concern. Yesterday, as we reported, District 196, which included public schools in Rosemount, Apple Valley, and Eagan, canceled classes after getting threatening voicemails. Law enforcement later determined the threats were made from outside of Minnesota, and the FBI is now leading the investigation. It's still unclear whether there might be any link from that incident to the one impacting South St. Paul schools today.
E-learning is a euphemism for a day off.
Yeah, day off. It's a BS.
As you talked about, Chris, Governor Walz unveiling a supplemental budget proposal today focused on what he called middle-class families in Minnesota.
Everyone ready for a good laugh?
Here we go.
That proposal includes expanding dependent care tax credits for families with young children and allocating $100 million to provide emergency aid to first-time homeowners and renters. The plan suggests lowering the state sales tax by 0.75 cents, but expanding it to include services like financial planners, bankers, and lawyers. The governor said there's no reason the sales tax can't be expanded to broader numbers so that people who are at the top can pay a little bit on that and the folks at the bottom can see a reduction.
Tim, at the rate you're going, there is going to be nobody at the top. That's the problem.
Right, you're losing your top.
Did you guys see Governor Goober standing at the podium yesterday?
Yes, I did.
And he's touting this, we're leading the country, sales tax. 6.5%, now all the way down to 6.425%.
Oh, man.
Boy, we're slashing into that,
you know
aren't
what?
we?
You'll notice that.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, you'll notice that.
Yes, you will.
Senate Minority Leader Mark Johnson expressed opposition to any tax increases, saying, when we're talking about affordability as Republicans in the Senate and the House and talking about how can we help Minnesotans afford their life, and Democrats are again talking about, hey, how can we tax Minnesotans more? The proposal includes financial assistance for those affected by Operation Metro Surge and an increased funding for fraud prevention, a top legislative priority.
$33 million in housing assistance and $10 million in partially forgivable small business loans.
So we're going to chop the sales tax by 0.75%, right?
Yes.
But then put more tax on in different areas.
Correct.
Yeah, different.
So you're
Because
gonna
the
pay
rich
a
are putting money away.
If you pay a tax when you turn off your alarm in the morning, and then pay a tax when you drink a cup of coffee.
What was that movie? Popeye.
Because you're an oppressor. That's
Remember
why.
Popeye they were taxing everything?
Yep.
I need help understanding this one because I tried to read as much as I could about it.
Actually, I don't remember the Popeye thing. I
so
just
full
said
of it.
yes. Yeah.
Robin
Get
Williams,
you to
Shelley
quit
Duvall.
talking.
Yeah.
Just to, yeah.
John, here's what I don't understand:
Yes, sir.
the tax on social media companies. Okay,
I don't. Yeah, don't ask me.
None of them are based here, but yet we can tax. I don't understand how that works.
You know what? My advice would be, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, but what I'm saying is, let's say Facebook Marketplace. You guys,
You can't do that, Joe. You're the one that led us down this my taxes suck road. And we resisted you for years, and now we're on board and we're angry, and now you're saying, yeah, it's no big deal.
No, I meant for Reavers.
No, you just need to rephrase what you said. Chris, shut up.
I would not worry about the social media tax. I don't even know what that means.
well, that's
and
I
neither
guess
do you.
what I was wondering. I asked. I don't get it.
Let it go.
No, don't let it go, Chris.
Okay. Build
Be
it up.
outraged.
Build it up. Build it up.
All right, let me.
I like outraged Chris. That's more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Should I continue while Chris is being outraged?
Yes.
Go ahead.
He's
Okay.
reviewing his outrageousness.
A lot of health. We didn't get this on yesterday. It happened right at the end of the show. One of the largest healthcare providers in Minnesota is being acquired by California-based Sutter Health, the health systems announced yesterday. Well, Elida would keep its name, board of directors, and regional headquarters in Minneapolis. The nonprofit would fall under the purview of Sutter president and CEO Warner Thomas. In their announcement, Sutter's leadership pledged to invest $2 billion in Elida to focus on improving outpatient care access, adopting AI tools and other technology to streamline processes, and hiring more healthcare professionals. The two organizations have signed a letter of intent. They're expected to close on the deal by the end of 2026, barring any obstacles as Sutter conducts its due diligence.
I think I found an answer. A proposed, and this does apply to us, that's why I was asking. A proposed Minnesota social media tax is an excise tax on large social media companies based on the volume of data they collect from state users, aiming to raise roughly $100 million annually. It targets firms with over 100,000 monthly Minnesota users, charging 10 to 15 cents per month, meaning like Target and those kind of companies are going
it's
to be
the
taxed on
DFL
that.
dreaming up new ways to tax you.
Right.
Yeah.
And giving those large companies just that much more reason to leave.
That's right.
Wow.
County
Good question, Chris. I'm glad you brought it up. You're welcome, Chris.
Appreciate it, Chris.
County Sheriff's Office says 2 people were killed early Wednesday morning in an apparent double homicide. 12:52 this morning, police officers and first responders from multiple agencies called to a home along Ryan Place near Woodland Road in Lexington after getting calls about a shooting. When they got there, authorities discovered a deceased woman and a gravely injured young juvenile boy inside the house. The boy was taken to the hospital where he was later declared dead. The sheriff's office said an adult male suspect was located and apprehended by a canine who was conducting a search of the area. The suspect, who has not yet been identified, was taken to the hospital to receive treatment for injuries he suffered. According to the Anoka County Sheriff's Office, the incident does not appear to have been random. There isn't believed to be any threat to the public. An investigation is continuing.
So the woman is presumed to be his mom? Wasn't there 2 shootings in the house?
Yeah, the boy.
The boy and who else?
And a woman.
Yeah. Is that presumed to be his mother?
Well, they're not saying.
Okay.
I mean, you can presume whatever you want, I guess, but
yeah.
they're not saying. Minnesota and Wisconsin have finally secured more than $1 billion from the federal government to move forward with the Blatnick Bridge replacement project. The funding was initially approved back in January 2024, but it's been held up, awaiting finalized paperwork from the Department of Transportation. That has now happened, paving the way for the largest public works project in Minnesota history. The Blatnick Bridge, which opened back in 1961, connects Duluth and Superior. The state says roughly 33,000 vehicles cross the bridge every day. However, it's already rated in poor condition, and the Baltimore bridge collapse raised new questions about the bridge's design. Minnesota and Wisconsin are each putting $400 million in state funding toward replacing that bridge. With the federal grant funds now released, the states can move forward with the project, and preliminary construction is expected to start later on this year. Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from our friend, Mr. Olson?
Yeah, I want to talk about deep creep here. Thank you, John. We've talked for many years now about the many ways that we use seafoam deep creep and use that in our lives. GLers have been actually helping out for a long time, giving us tips. And with that in mind, I asked these 4 mechanical geniuses here that I work with on GL if deep creep will work on DC voltage electrical connections.
Yes.
Like that big connector on my plow truck. Turns out I tried it and it worked. I didn't have to take the faulty advice from these geniuses that I work with. There's no more blinky, flashy, strobing headlights now that I've sprayed that connection down with deep creep. It cleaned it up nicely. But here's the deal now. You'd think I would take my own advice. I forgot that I always keep a can of deep creep in all vehicles. So I had to steal my deep creep out of the laundry room. Now I have 2 cans of deep creep and half a can of the engine treatment all in my plow truck. I got to start taking my own advice. And that's what I'm here to tell you. When you go to the Fleet Farm or the Knack Hardware store, the auto parts store, to buy a can of deep creep, just go ahead and buy 4 of them because you will need one. Keep them all over everywhere. Absolutely a wonderful product. Both of those products, the engine treatment and the deep creep, wonderful products from our friends at Seafoam. John?
Thanks, Kenny. Iran warning countries around the Persian Gulf that a number of energy assets are now, in their words, legitimate targets after Israel attacked its giant South Pars gas field, sending shockwaves through oil and gas markets again. Facilities in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates are on a list of assets now at risk of missile strikes, according to Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency. Attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure will not go unanswered, the news provider reported. After the warning was issued, gas facilities started evacuating employees around parts of the Middle East. One other hot spot around the world, at least 400 people killed, more than 250 wounded after an alleged Pakistani strike on a drug rehabilitation center in Afghanistan's capital of Kabul. Pakistan denied hitting the civilian site. If confirmed, it would mark the deadliest incident since war broke out between those 2 countries last month. Pakistan launched airstrikes in Afghanistan's Kandahar and Kabul February 26th after accusing Afghanistan's Taliban government of supporting militants that carried out attacks on its soil. Economic news this morning. Wholesale prices rose sharply in February, providing another sign that inflation continues to percolate, even aside from rising gas costs. The Producer Price Index, a measure of pipeline costs that producers receive for their products, increased a seasonally adjusted 0.7% on the month, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported today. Economists surveyed by Dow Jones had been looking for increases of 0.3%.
I got gas yesterday. $3.59. Is that about right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have pay inside privileges?
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
House Oversight and Government Reform Committee yesterday formally subpoenaed Attorney General Pam Bondi to answer questions about the Epstein files. The committee voted earlier this month to subpoena Bondi following a motion from Representative Nancy Mace, who said it was unclear whether the Justice Department had turned over all records related to Jeffrey Epstein that were required under law. The subpoena requests Bondi appear on April 14th for a deposition.
Joe, if you don't mind me asking, since you mentioned you bought gas yesterday, what was your total purchase price of that gas?
$49.35.
Well, under Governor Walz and his new tax cut, you'd only paid $49.15.
Really? Well,
See, he's saving you money.
I would have noticed that. Yeah.
Supreme Court.
What a joke. Why does he even say that?
You know what a miracle gas is? I'm a big fan of gasoline.
Okay.
1 gallon will run my snowblower all season.
Really?
Sure, because the little tank on the snowblower doesn't require a gallon. So you fill that to, a little bit, and then you do the driveway, and then you might not need it again for a month, and you fill it again. The gallon lasts you all year.
It's one of life's simple pleasures, isn't it? Really is. It truthfully is.
Now, when you bought that cute little snow thrower, did it have like unicorn stickers and rainbows on it and butterflies?
as
Or
fake as ears. It has ears on it.
Ears, cute. That'd be cute.
Like a little rabbit going through the snow.
I don't want to out the guy, but I got a
Cutie
guy that
pie.
lives down the street, and he's got one of those that you plug in.
Ooh, they're useless.
And I was watching him go to work on Sunday, and he'd get about halfway down the driveway, and you could see the cord.
Well, not only that, but they don't.
Damn it.
They don't have the power to do it.
No, I think he was at it multiple times throughout the snow cycle.
Yeah, you got to get a running start for some of those, or just shovel it in half so you can.
The electric snowblower, why?
Well, he cares about the earth.
Okay,
Chris.
okay.
We have among us people who are very sensitive about that.
But watching that son of a bitch come unplugged was just joy.
Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts warning yesterday personal criticism of federal judges is dangerous and, in his words, got to stop. This comes 2 days after President Trump called a federal judge who ruled against his administration wacky, nasty, crooked, and totally out of control. Roberts did not single out the president or anyone else, insisting the attacks on judges are not from just any one political perspective. Criticism of judicial opinions comes with the territory, he said, and it can be healthy. But he says it's different when the criticism moves away from legal analysis. He says personally directed hostility is dangerous and it's got to stop. The U.S. Marshals Service, which is responsible for protecting judges, reported 564 threats in the government fiscal year that ended in September. U.S. recorded music industry reached a record high of $11.5 billion in revenue in 2025. That, according to the Recording Industry Association of America's year-end review report, with premium paid streaming subscription revenues growing 6.8% to $5.88 billion, and vinyl sales growing for a 19th straight year, passing $1 billion in sales for the first time since 1983. Well, vinyl's annual growth has declined from the years of annual double-digit increases it saw in the 2010s and early 20s. It's nearing 20 consecutive years of revenue and sale rises. The U.S. sells more than half of the world's vinyl on a revenue basis. It remains the world's largest market for paid streaming subscriptions, comprising a third of the world's value in that category. And vinyl also continued to lead all physical formats in 2025, adding more than 3 times the revenue of the sale of compact discs.
Let me see if I got this straight, John.
Yes.
We're no longer buying compact discs. We're buying record albums in a sleeve that are actual records.
That's true. Yes.
So the turntable business has made a big comeback.
Oh, over the last several years.
Yeah, it's 10 years probably.
So if I go to, seriously, I haven't been in a Best Buy store in a long time.
They don't, yeah.
They don't have, you're not flipping through the CDs anymore?
They have no CDs.
Don't go to Best Buy for
Or a
music.
cheapo?
I'll go to cheapo.
Cheapo's got both vinyl and.
I'm with you, Ken.
So when, I don't know, My Morning Jacket releases a new
Yes, sir.
album, do they only release an album and not a CD?
Bigger bands like that, or established bands, would release in both.
Okay.
And,
I need the CD still.
See, I buy only vinyl now.
Yeah,
I don't buy
don't.
CDs. In fact, I've sold most of my CDs.
I know. Yeah.
We're getting up there.
I wish my car still had a CD player.
There are bands and singular folks who you can't buy any physical product.
I understand.
You can only stream.
Right.
And there are others, like the new Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah.
He's not streaming. He's only on CD and vinyl.
Big play on him in today's Wall Street Journal. You should
I saw
read it.
that story. Yeah.
Gabe,
Excellent album. I already heard it.
As a
Very
person in your early 20s, what do you buy? Do you not buy vinyl, CDs?
I have a record player. I have 2 record.
It's one of those little Roy Rogers ones where you
Yeah, it lifts up.
lifts up the top.
Yeah.
But you don't buy CDs or anything like that.
No, because I pay for Spotify. Which is a lot easier.
Okay.
That is godless and without any soul at all. And Gabe, I've now found something that I really, really hate about you.
That's
I'm okay with that,
You're
Ken.
going to have to change your ways, Gabe.
And we'd
will
like to
not
thank
be changed.
Spotify for their partnership on the Garage Logic podcast.
That's that whole generation.
Wait a minute.
My kid's the same way. He doesn't
Wait a minute,
buy
we're
it.
on Spotify?
Yes, sir.
Well, they're not godless then. They're important.
I love Spotify.
I love Spotify.
What
They're
you guys
the
are
best.
talking
Good
about?
job, Gabe.
They're absolute. Gabe, you're the smartest guy I know. Don't change a thing. Joe,
Very
what drives me
flexible.
crazy is now books where you cannot get a hard copy of a book to hold in your hand. You can either get the what's it called when you have a reader? What the hell?
Kindle?
You can get a Kindle or you can get an audio book, but you cannot get a book that you can hold in your hand.
Well, I
That
disagree.
makes me
You're
angry.
wrong.
Of a new book?
You're
I
just
hate
totally
that.
wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You can go on Amazon and order a hardcover book. You
No,
can you can go to
are you
Barnes and
telling me
Noble and
that
buy
I'm
a
wrong?
book. Yeah, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Maybe it's because he's rural.
Steve Ranella, Meat Eater Podcast, has released a number of books that are only available as audiobooks.
Well, I can't help you there.
Does he produce them himself, Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, there you
okay,
are. He's
that's why.
self-published, which means he's selling 12 books a year.
Kenny, I think you're wrong, by the way, because the audio books are really making hay these days.
As Mitch walked to the department door of the terrorist,
Remember this?
he could see there was a wire. Everything in the building fell silent, except for his stomach. It was growling. He had forgotten to eat lunch. He wondered when his next meal would be. As he disconnected the wire, he went into the terrorist's apartment and found some leftover pizza. He ate it and waited for the terrorist that he would get.
That was Ricky auditioning to
He
Flynn.
wanted to be Vince Flynn's audio guy.
I didn't get the gig.
Did you play that for Vince?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
And they also told him
With
that
the pizza stuff that you threw.
Yeah, and Vince said, that's not bad.
he said for my next book, and unfortunately he never finished it. So I was going to be the next audio guy.
Oh, God.
Mitch Rapp, the short order cook that worked at Plums, that hated the Middle East.
But you have to do it in that voice, Matthew.
Oh, there was some production. There was some backup thick pipe stuff going.
I've never heard an audio book.
Really?
No.
They're kind of fun for a road trip.
Yeah. But how would you play it? Because I
Just
don't have a
through your
CD
phone.
player. Oh, your phone. Yeah.
One more entertainment story.
Just like you would for our podcast, Joe.
How
Yeah,
would
I
you
get
do
that.
that?
Yeah.
How would you do that?
You can get to Chicago on a book or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a fast audiobook reader, Rook?
I love how I tell him something and he just says, "No, you're wrong." It's like, well, wait a minute, Joe. No,
Well, I get hardcover
the sun
books.
comes up in the east. It really does. No,
you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Never seen it.
I agree with both you guys on that one, okay? One other entertainment note for the day, the Oscars drew 17.9 million viewers, a 9% decline from last year's telecast. That's the first time in 5 years they actually went down in ratings. Follows declines also for this year's Grammy Awards and Golden Globe Awards. It's the first time in several years that viewership fell for all three major award shows. Reviews for the Oscars telecast, as well as for Conan O'Brien's return as host, were mostly positive. Oscar organizers pushed the ceremony to a later date this year to avoid a conflict with the Winter Olympics. However, they had some unwanted competition with the World Baseball Classic. That game actually drew 7.4 million viewers.
Wow.
Not bad, yeah. That was the
Who in the hell would watch that?
Hi,
was
how are you?
That was Dominican U.S., right?
Republic in U.S., yeah. That is what I watched.
Boy, those
Sunday.
Venezuelans were happy. And
Oh,
I
man.
texted some people last night, and I said, you watch, Trump will take credit for this. And sure enough, today,
He did.
he said, I think Venezuela should be our 51st state.
He sure did. You could
But I
tell
don't-
it meant a ton to the Venezuelans.
We're not
really
going to
did.
call it Venezuela, though, right?
Venezuela.
No, I mean, can't we rename it Trump something?
Yeah,
Trump-wela.
We got to.
Trump-wela.
That would be better.
The TV broadcast of the Oscars will be ending after 2028. Remember?
I'll
They
miss
signed-
it, John.
They signed an exclusive contract with YouTube,
Oh.
who will then be streaming them every year.
Sure.
So that'll happen.
Well, John, thank you for that.
Wait, you got to indulge me for another 60 seconds.
Okay,
'Cause I
what?
found
Why
this
did the
one, too.
terrorists
Is
have
it
left
germane
over
that
pizza?
now? We have Vince Flynn with us. Hi, Vince.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
I wouldn't apologize. I won't apologize for Rook. You go back a long way with
Oh,
Rook.
oh,
now
long,
we
long
were
way.
sent Rook. We were sent an audio clip from the
Yes.
For the new book, The Last Man?
Yes, from the publisher.
You
So I
aware
don't
of
even
this?
think
I was not aware of this.
Right, David Brown, he's your guy out in New York.
Yes.
I requested something from the audiobook, and this is what he sent me.
And now, from Author's Corner, here's an audio excerpt from Vince Flynn's new book, The Last Man.
I've been burned by you before, Ramp. Turn them over. Turn them over now, I say.
What, the plans?
My eggs. I said I wanted them over easy, you bastard!
That was an audio excerpt from The Last Man by Vince Flynn. We hope you enjoyed the book.
See, that comes along the lines of Mitch Rapp was a short order cook working at Plums on Snelling.
How long has he been trying to sell you that idea?
He's going to admit it someday.
But is it an East Indian cook? What's going on?
That was the customer, and Mitch Rapp was the cook, and then he goes crazy.
I want you to tune my eggs over now.
He wants to kill terrorists. That's I'm glad you're riding on my coattails.
Which ethnic group were you trying to offend by that?
Yeah. Tony Lee and I had a long meeting about that prior to, but we just decided on that voice.
What Vince said? You were doing somebody, we just didn't know who.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a lot of production, Matthew.
Let's give the
Tony.
accolades to Tony, please.
Tony.
Tony was working on it. Is there, I've never listened to an audiobook.
Either have I.
Is there music? Or seriously, I don't know.
Sometimes, yes.
They have.
Yep.
Well,
to
that
set
would
the
not be
scene?
right, because when you're reading a book, there's no music.
Well, it's all. It just depends. It's all from what I've heard, Johnny. It's generic. It's like a generic bed that you would hear for an ad or something like that.
The only one I've ever had was Hunter Thompson. I think it was one of his later books called Songs of the Doomed, and it was for 3 hours. It was.
Well, you know who would make a bad audio book voice would be Mr. Vogel.
The book about the grocery store.
We can't just shoot people because I need some celery today. I saw a guy here. He was Middle Eastern. He wanted celery. That's a clue.
Thank you.
There are no.
Jimmy, did you ever see Vince Flynn wander into the grocery store?
No, but I saw him at Plums one night. He served me a sarsaparilla on a Sunday night at about 12:30, and he said we close in 15 minutes, so finish it fast, you jackass. I never liked the guy. Arrogant.
Who, Vince?
Yes.
Vince was not.
No, he was not arrogant, Jimmy.
Oh, he was real smart.
No.
He was smart. He went to
The
St.
least
Thomas
arrogant
Academy,
person on
UST,
the planet.
served craft foods, and he wasn't nice to me. I saw him at Vogel's when he lived on Wordsworth. He lived on Wordsworth, just off of Edgecombe Road, right by Holmcroft, which is now a Chinese school. Say. I mean, thank you.
Is Holmcroft a Chinese school?
Yeah, Chinese immersion.
Is it really?
It really is. That's really sad. I mean, not sad. It's just sad that Holmcroft can't.
I live in a neighborhood where a couple of the little kids speak fluent Chinese.
They probably go to the immersion.
Are we in a break?
No, I'm going to tell you about.
I'll just tell you that in the there are no sound effects in any of the Dr. Seuss series books. I've verified that, the audiobooks.
Hey, GLers, it's going to be riding season. It might be riding season as soon as Saturday with that great weather forecast. Get out to EcoFun in Forest Lake, immediately west of the interstate on Highway 97. 400 electric bikes in stock, 130 motorcycles in stock, electric bikes on sale starting at $899. The queen of electric bikes, Kaylin Bloom, Tim's daughter, she knows everything about them. You don't leave there without the perfect fit, the perfect equipment, the right size tires, everything. You'll have a great summer of riding. Those electric bikes starting at $899. The Moto Guzzi V7 motorcycles on preseason sale starting at $71.99. Get a free trailer with all jet skis and wave runners purchased during the preseason sale through the end of this month. 25 different models in stock to get you ready for life on the water this summer. Youth recreational equipment, you name it. You will never be in a more fun store than EcoFun in Forest Lake / Columbus, right west of the interstate on Highway 97, and down in Burnsville on the Service Road of Life. Check it all out at ecofundmotorsports.com.
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years alive. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, got it!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny Heidt.
Did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed.
Go here?
I couldn't tell you, man.
Yeah.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make
Top Gun
a
Maverick.
move. Joe Souchere.
About 17 different times. Hofferman Water and Connecticut are here for you. Guess what? Spring is right around the corner. In fact, aren't we less than a week away from spring? We are.
Yeah.
Isn't it the 22nd?
Yeah.
Whatever it
You
is.
can almost say the A word.
Spring is definitely on the horizon, and now is the perfect time to get on the schedule and have Hofferman Water come out for that free water analysis. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard me talk about Hofferman Water and Connecticut for years, so you know the drill. Get on the schedule, have them come out for that free water analysis. You do that one of two ways. Call them directly at 612-895-2440, or just book your appointment online at HoffermanWater.com. And as long as you're on that website, you can see every single different water treatment system that they have to offer, whether it's a brand new water softener, a drinking water system, an odor filtration system. They've got you taken care of. And you know what? They work with all different price points. So go online, check out all of their inventory, and you know what? You get that amazing upgrade in the quality of your water, courtesy of Hofferman Water and Connecticut. And that's because they have been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Do me a favor and mention that you heard about them here on the Garage Logic Podcast. Joe?
Well, I have seen the future, or I have a story of the future here, and it's not inspiring. A humanoid robot working at a hot pot restaurant in San Jose, California, went nuts and had to be restrained by the humans that were working
My
there.
worst fear is a mutant cyborg.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
The robot went crazy, a dancing robot, and he was knocking over tableware, smashing plates, sending the chopsticks flying. An orange apron the robot was wearing reads, "I'm good," in big letters across the front. Staffers at the restaurant were forced to try to tackle this thing and take it to the ground. One employee can be seen holding the robot by the scruff of its neck while navigating her phone, presumably searching for the bot's app for controls. It took 3 workers to bring this thing to the ground.
This is serious.
I'm not making this up.
This is a danger.
This is not good. A lot of people pointed out it was the funniest thing they've ever seen. I don't think of it that way.
So.
I don't think it's funny. More importantly, one user argued, or a social user, why isn't there a big red power off button on its back? I mean, a clown button.
Because if
they need a clown button on those things.
Yeah, but if you're a mutant cyborg, you're going to go override. You're going to override the off button.
The incident appears to have been part of a promotional event for Disney's Zootopia 2 at a Heidillo franchise in Southern California. I saw the film of this. This is not good.
It's a little guy, Joe.
A little teeny robot, but it went nuts.
Why does somebody grab the neck of a robot? Because you can't really strangle a robot. They're not taking
But
oxygen.
that would be your temptation, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be...
Kick it in the nuts?
Yeah.
The temptation would be to take a chair to it and just flog it.
Shoot it. Do some damn thing.
But then you make it mad at you, and then all it does is you got a target. You got sights on you, and it's coming after
This
you.
is eerie. This thing went nuts in the restaurant.
I'm not joking. Robots can go crazy. I've said that.
You've long held that belief.
Mutiny in a robot is a strong
Well, it
possibility.
happened right here.
That's what I'm telling you. Guys all mocked me.
San Jose, California.
Who's the smart one on the show now?
I'm writing this down, Matthew. Robots can go crazy.
Gabe, I believe you now have your quote tweet for the Garage Logic Podcast Twitter account.
March 18th.
Yeah, you bet they can.
How did the Terminator
121.
begin? Didn't it begin with a robot going nuts?
Well,
I don't remember the movie.
Terminator. He went he started to target people.
Well, anyway, let this be a lesson for you. I'm never eating in a restaurant if I walk in and see a robot. I'm not staying there.
You haven't been to Miami recently, have you?
I've not recently, no.
Because in Miami,
Did you see one?
There are robots on every corner delivering food.
Oh.
They stop and have to wait for cars to go by.
How do they know?
I don't know. I didn't see any go crazy, but I'm honest to God, there were 14 of them where we were sitting and having a drink as they're going through.
They're delivering food?
They're delivering food. And, by the time you get the food, how cold? I mean, it's not warm anymore. Who would have a robot bring their food?
Oh, this is terrible.
It's an end of the world.
It is. Yeah.
Can you abuse these things either physically or bully them, just verbally abuse them?
I went through a couple of dark alleys.
You
where
mean
I saw
cause
some-
them shame?
Have you, Joe? I also, although I never bring it up, I have one of these remotes that you can speak into, TV remote.
I have it too.
And I've said some really, really mean things into the remote.
Yeah.
And the TV does not like it. She responds like she's hurt.
I have not encountered that.
I thought maybe she
Go
pulled
home.
up all the naughty channels.
Go home and just start giving it the business the way you treat us and see what she says.
So when I talk into my remote microphone, there's never an answer. It just does what I tell it to on the
Oh,
screen.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, mine talks back.
Oh, mine does not.
Doesn't it appear like no words appear on the screen?
Yeah. And I say, the thing, and
You
then
say like "Mama likes it hot."
Yeah,
it pulls
and
up.
then
I'm
that's
like,
the movie I
listen,
see.
listen, you crack huffing so and so.
So I would
Why
not
don't
get
you
a
take the
response to
blank
that.
out of your mouth and try to,
Yeah.
I'll say something really, really mean, and she gets offended.
Well, I would think if you call it a crack huffing so and so, I think there should be a response.
Kenny, I'll change your channels anytime.
That's what I want.
There we go.
Only because they come to us all the way from Penguin, Tasmania, Australia. The Traveling Lymans at worldwidewaftage.com. It was on this day
March 18th.
in 1858 in St. Peter, Minnesota. Methodist minister Edward Eggleston married Lizzie Snyder.
Uh-oh.
Eggleston was best remembered for his novel The Hoosier Schoolmaster, set in Indiana, but a less popular novel, The Mystery of Metropolisville, dealt with land speculation in Minnesota in the 1850s. Never heard of either book, even though for years I've been doing this on this day in
I wonder
history.
if there's an audio book.
Yeah. On this day,
March 18.
also in 1858, Otter Tail, Becker, and Breckenridge counties are formed. The first was named for the lake and river and is an English translation from the original Ojibwe name, probably for an otter tail-shaped sandbar in the lake. Becker County honored George L. Becker, one of 3 representatives in the new state of Minnesota, had planned to send to Congress when it was discovered that the state was permitted only 2 representatives. Lots were drawn and Becker lost. Breckenridge County honors Vice President John C. Breckenridge, but when he later became a Confederate in the Civil War, the residents of the county voted to change the name to Clay County, honoring Unionist Henry Clay instead. Boy, I'm glad that cleared up because I sure didn't have Breckenridge in my B counties.
Right, same.
Benton.
I don't get too deep like you do. Aiken, Anoka, Becker, Beltrami, Benton, Big Stone, Blue Earth, Brown, and then it goes to Carleton.
Carleton, Carver, Cass, Chippewa, Chisago, Clay, Clearwater, Cook, Cottonwood, and Crow Wing.
Exactly.
1891 on this day.
March 18th.
Oh, in 1891.
Yeah.
Margaret Culkin Banning was born in Buffalo. She lived in Duluth for 20 years, or many years. That's it.
And her great-grandson, Macaulay.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
Authoring more than 30 books, including Masabi and Country Club People. And again,
Masabi was pretty good.
After reading this for years on this day in history, I don't know these books.
Yeah.
But I remember them for this day in history. Sure. On this day in Minnesota sports disappointment.
Who did we lose to on March 18th, Joe?
Well, in the year 2002, the Gophers' Kerwin Fleming attempted a layup and missed, down by 3 with 8 seconds left.
Oh, bro.
Boy.
Should have double pumped it.
I don't recall Kerwin Fleming. You?
Fleming. I don't remember that.
Well,
name.
apparently they lost the game.
Rook, did you say something about Kenny and changing the channel?
Yeah, you know what's going to happen tonight?
Joe, when Kenny speaks, I can hear radio dials changing channels all over the Twin Cities.
Sorry. What's going to happen tonight at about 9:30 is I'm going to get a call from Judith saying, why do you have to go to Kenny's house to change his television channels?
I'm so glad my mom does.
Is that what she heard?
That's a daily occurrence. Yeah, she gets stuff wrong a little bit and will call me later in the day. Why is Gabe listening to the Bernstein rules? Or that was the other day, Bernstein books or something like that. I don't remember.
Bernstein Bears.
Yeah. That wasn't it. It was something else. Had to do with
Faye Bernstein was a guest on Krabby Coffee last week.
That was
it.
She
was good.
That was it. She was listening. My mom was listening.
Is there a Krabby today?
Yes, sir.
There is.
So that's right. We got to get
Who
going.
Who is the guest?
Judith.
Boomin.
George Newman?
Boomin.
George Boomin.
He talks to animals.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm really excited about this one.
So
I do too.
Okay.
I talk to the animals.
If I could
Come on, Finley, get your ass outside.
Hey, speaking of that, the Krabby Coffee Shop episode, along with the Weekly Scramble Monday Night Sports Talk, they're all available, along with Tommy Mischke's show. Just look at GarageLogic.com where you can see all of the shows falling under the Garage Logic umbrella, and find us on YouTube where you can watch the show every single day starting at noon, and follow us on social, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search for Garage Logic. That's 2 words, by the way.
Word.
Garage Logic and GarageLogic.com.